Did that work? Possibly? Looks like I can see myself in the past. I see 6 viewers. That's good. Alright, well, I guess we might as well get started. I see 10 people on. We had, I think, 15 the other, like a minute ago. But we're already running behind schedule. Oh no, the number's dropping. Bum, bum, bum. Alright, we'll see how this works. I'll listen to myself in the past, I guess, as I talk about stuff currently. Okay, so there are 8 of us. I didn't want this to go too long, because you guys all have stuff to do. Catherine just liked that post. Andrew liked Blurg. So I'm going to say that we get started, if that works for everybody. So welcome to the tech session. Sorry about all the troubleshooting stuff that we did. Oh, I just heard myself. That's not going to work. Okay. Anyway, so welcome. So the stuff we're going to talk about today is essentially everything that's in the little how-to guide. So we go to tutorials/docs in the WHRC DJ folder. I posted a link to that on the Facebook. You'll see 2 different files. One of them is mix, and the other one's airtime. The one that we're really going to be concerned with is airtime. So you pop that open. It basically has like a few different things. It has a few different little like steps essentially for like how to do stuff, how to upload a song, how to create a playlist, how to actually like use your playlist, and then like seeing how many people are listening to your show, which is kind of fun. Andrew commented, it's working. Good. Okay, I'm going to continue then. And again, like if anyone has questions or anything, feel free to throw them on the Facebook group. So I don't think you have access to this little chat box. Not entirely sure why the chat box is even there, since I'm just chatting with myself. But anyway, back to the Google Drive. Cool, so I can see Nikki's here, so that means you guys have, at least some of you have access. Right, so there are essentially two different websites, like one website, two different links you can go to. dj.radioboards.com will bring you to Airtime, right? You can log in with your username, your super secret password. I think if you don't have it is Change Me. There's a way to change that in the system, but if you can't find that, let me know, and I will like change it for you to whatever you want, really. Yeah, so essentially this is Airtime, right? This is where you can manage like all your songs and stuff, your playlist, where you can put all that into your show, all sorts of cool, fun stuff, right? So what we'll go through right now is how to actually like add a song, right? So basically we're just going to be going through the links in the upload a song bit, right? So if you go to add media, right? It's this little guy here. You'll essentially see like a little drag and drop thing. And it's actually just about as easy as like dragging the files you have. I don't have any music files right here, but if you imagine that I did, right, you would be able to just drag them over here, and then click this little start upload guy, right? That's essentially that's about all you really need to do to like put a song into the system, right? One thing to keep in mind, and I think Catherine made a note about this earlier, is sometimes Airtime can take a while to actually like upload your song. So like it's a two-step process essentially. So you have to upload the song, and then Airtime does some calculations to see like how it should like fade out the song, all that kind of fancy stuff, and that can take a little while. So just make sure that you upload your songs with like ample time before your show, right? Because you don't want to have like songs currently uploading while you're going into your show. That can get kind of hectic unnecessarily, right? So after I've added songs, right, I probably want to put those into a playlist of sorts. If you go to library, you'll be able to see like all the stuff we have. So you can see here we have like 8,700 entries. That's a lot of stuff, right? What we're really concerned with is this open media builder over here. If you click on that guy, it'll give you the option to kind of create new stuff, right? We actually haven't played with SmartBlock or WebStream. If you want to check those out, feel free and let me know what you find. What we'll be doing is playlist, which is just a nice way to kind of organize songs, right? So I could get this in here if I wanted to. Casey's Pool playlist, right? If I wanted to add songs, I could find some to have and to have not. That sounds good. So I'm going to do is click on that and drag it in, right? And you can start to see here, I'm starting to like create a little playlist, right? So after I have that pretty much set up, Airtime will tell you like how much time it's going to take, right? You guys, I think, have an hour, or unless otherwise noted, in which case you probably know. And so after you have like your songs, however you want to organize them, right? Click this little save guy, and it'll tell you playlist is saved, all set, right? That's essentially just going through this little create a playlist guy right here, right? One thing to note, actually, that reminds me, sometimes there's this cool little music audio guy over here. You want to click on that to hear a preview, but from what I found lately, those don't really work, even though the songs will actually play correctly, right? So if you click preview and nothing's popping up, it's probably perfectly fine. I think that preview thing is just broken in the latest version of Airtime that we have installed. But anyway, so this allows us to create a playlist, right? So what we want to do next is actually go to your calendar, right? So since I'm an admin, I can see all sorts of different shows here, right? But we also have like a little test show that I just made earlier called Please Go to Sleep, right? So if you click on this show, you'll want to click on your show. You'll see something called add/remove content, right? If we click on that, we'll see here that I have uploaded basically the same song over and over and over and over, right? But what we really want to do here is add our playlist. So if I look up Casey's sample playlist is the one I made earlier, actually. I'm going to click and drag my cool playlist over here. I'm just going to throw it in the middle here. Cool. And it'll like splotch all the songs right in there, right? Afterwards, I can just click OK. And my songs are now, the whole playlist is now in the like in that scheduled show, right? If you wanted to confirm, you could actually click on it again, click Show Content, and it'll kind of tell you what's going on, right? It'll also tell you how much of your time you're actually taking up. And that's all you really need to do to actually to put your song on, or put your songs on your scheduled show, right? And once their time is clocked, the clock on the server, which you can kind of see up here in the right, where it's 20:55, which is 20 seconds behind. That's okay. Once that hits the appropriate time, your show will actually start automatically. So you don't even have to be there, right? Cool. And I think we actually have a show going on currently. Catherine's show is going on, so we can actually test this out. If you go to radio/solution, you'll actually be able to see Catherine's song is playing. Up next, we have Infinite Zest / that might be the name of the song. Oh, yep, that's right. Coolio. Yeah, so I don't know if you guys can hear it right now, probably not because it's in my headphones, but music is playing. Oh, cool. So yeah, that's kind of like the gist that I had in mind for this. That's basically airtime, right? There are a lot of other cool, more advanced things you can do with it, but we're not really going to touch those much. Next thing we'll do is mix. I don't think I have mix actually installed on this computer, I just realized, but not a big deal. Using mix is essentially just going into your settings and putting the right numbers and things in, right? All that stuff is kind of right in the middle of this big document, if you can see it on my screen. The only difference really is for mix, you use mix if you want to do your show live, so not set up a scheduled playlist. Essentially, just like when your time comes, you'll be at your computer and you'll have like the songs and like maybe a microphone or something for you to talk into, all like ready to go. It's a little more stressful. More things can go wrong, obviously. What we'd actually recommend probably is like record your stuff beforehand. If you have like talking that you want to do or stuff like that, just record it and put it in airtime as if it were a song, right? That way when you're setting up your playlist, if I jump back there, right, you can essentially just drag and drop the parts where you want them, right? It's less stressful and it's a little easier just because you don't have to worry about like, oh, is your internet connection good enough, all that kind of stuff. But it's also a lot of fun to use mix. So if you want to, definitely, I would check it out. Let me know if you have any questions. The big point is like you just have to be careful that you put the settings in correctly. And you'll know if you don't, because it'll just tell you that they're not set up right. One important thing about using mix is that if you use it while someone else's show is going on, you might actually boot them off because mix takes priority over everything else, right? So just be very wary that no other show is actually running if you want to test it out, right? You can do that by just jumping over to the website again, seeing if anything's running. Is that, oh, no, that's Wendy. I don't see any questions yet, that's good. But yeah, so that's essentially mix. We have mix set up on our Radio Club computer if you guys want. It's in the bottom of the DC basement, I think. I'm actually not sure about that though. Well, that might also change, who knows. But anyway, so that's mix. So mix and airtime are essentially like the two big programs that we use, right? Airtime is what we would recommend. That's just like this web interface, super easy to use. If you have any questions on that, definitely let me know. You guys have my email. Yeah. So I guess now I will open it up to questions if we have questions. I don't think that looks good. We have people. We have nothing in group chat, which means group chat is actually just useless. So yeah, feel free to throw questions in the Facebook thread thing. Is it a Facebook thread? I'm not actually sure what they call those. Post? I guess post is. I feel really old. Anyway. And again, if you don't have access to the documents, let me know. They're super, super useful. But yeah, if not, if you don't have any questions, I think that will be all for this time. Definitely check out people's shows. It's going to be fun. And yeah, let me know if you guys have any problems or anything. All right. And I'm going to stay on for like a minute or two just to see if anything pops up. Mostly just because I think this is like a minute or two late. But yeah. All right. Thank you guys. I'll find a cat picture or something that we can look at. Let's keep. Cool. So Sasha asks, or Veronica, this is emotional than hobby. Cool. Like Sasha says, how do you upload pre-recorded talking in addition to songs? Yeah. So what I would do actually is, depending on like what kind of audio format or like what kind of type of file your recording is, if you can like convert it into an MP3, that'd be awesome. Because in that case, you can actually just upload it as media here. So like when you're dragging all your songs and things on, you can actually include all the recordings and stuff too. Essentially, like do it all in one big batch, right? Then when you actually go over to your playlist, you can find like those recordings as if they were just songs, right? And just drag them on. So that's probably how I would recommend doing the playlist, doing pre-recorded talking. Just because, I mean, it's easy to organize and it's easy to tell if you're missing a part. Does that answer your question? I will like this to show that I saw it. Also, I liked it. I guess I could write like a gist. Would be cool. If it were add media tab. It says, can you use airtime for live shows, or should you only use Mix? I don't think airtime supports like live directly. When we're actually using Mix, we're actually the way to think about that is we're kind of using it on top of airtime, right? So Mix is just a program that'll send airtime like our basically like the audio file dynamically, right? So like as we're recording stuff in Mix, it'll send it over to airtime, and airtime will then distribute it out, right? There might be a better way to do that. I think we were looking at the new web stream. Not entirely sure web stream is. I haven't researched that. But if there is a better way than using Mix, I would love to know. Let's see. I use Mix. I don't remember how many X's there are. A3? File. Like, it's possible to create an hour-long show on GarageBand or something, then upload that whole thing. Yeah, you should be able to do that. I mean, since that's essentially just like one really big MP3 file, if I'm imagining correctly. Yes, Andrew says. Oh, he beat me to the punchline. Throw it in your show. Cool. Like. Yep, just like Andrew said. One thing to be wary of if it's over an hour, I'm not sure if airtime will complain if you try to add that into your show. It might just say like, oh no, it's over an hour. Which I don't remember if it'll like just not let you do that, or if it'll just like cut off the last few seconds if someone else's show starts. So just something to be wary of, especially if you know there's a show before or after you. Cool. I don't think I missed any here. I'll jump back to that cat picture. It's starting to look a little creepy now, actually. Maybe we won't look at that cat picture. Alrighty, cool beans. Well, in that case, I think I'm going to call this then. Thank you, everybody. I'm not sure if there is a way. This might actually already be like auto-recorded too. In which case, if you like forget anything, feel free to check back at this video. If that isn't the case, then feel free to email us. All right, see you guys.